This is TWiT.
There's no gross negligence here.
Right.
Yes. Which is what we don't want, right? We don't want to see any kind of gross negligence where they just don't care or they treat their customers badly repeatedly and you know, are callous to it. I'm sorry. We're not talking about Uber. Sorry. Yeah.
We could talk about Uber. It seems like every week there's a new, you know, revelation on Uber.
Man, oh man.
It just it never stops. In fact, this morning on or this afternoon on Tech Meme, Mike Isaac for the New York Times talks about Uber's CEO plays with fire. This is something that's been in the works for a while, but a description of his early years and how at one point Tim Cook said, "I heard you've been breaking some of our rules. Stop the trickery," he demanded, or Uber's app would be kicked out of Apple's App Store. So apparently what had been happening was Kalanick had been telling Uber employees to hide the ride-hailing app from Apple's engineers so that Apple would not find out that Uber had been secretly identifying and tagging iPhones even after its app had been deleted and the devices erased.
Yep.
This was in early 2015. What?
Can we just say that Uber is like the worst? Like it really is the worst. Like
every week there's another story. I don't
really is.
It's literally the service of the devil. It promises you goodness that you kind of need, but at the same time you're selling your soul and you're going to end up in hell for using the service in the first place. I hate Uber. I hate everything about Uber. I got so many friends that have invested in Uber, and you watch them tweeting and they trying to save Uber's life. But Uber delete is a thing and it's real. And every step they take, I feel like they don't have a colored person on their board. They don't have a woman on their board. All they got is red dudes in suits with horns on their head making all these stupid decisions. And it's retarded. I mean, for Pete's sake, just look. Just hire me for a week to follow you around the office, Uber. I'll make sure everything's okay. Y'all,
but haven't they done that? I mean, they
haven't. They hired other monkeys and suits doing dumb stuff too, and nobody can check them. They're all yes men. They get in there and they look at these dudes.
They hired Eric Holder, the former attorney general, to investigate, right? I mean,
the thing is, Holder is a good, investigate is not the same as change, right? No. Where they can make all the assurances about, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to get to the bottom of this. And it's great. They can get to the bottom of this. They can figure out exactly where it went wrong and what HR people, you know, weren't reporting harassment and various other things. But at the end of the day, what happens from there? Eric Holder can come to Uber and basically be like, half your company's toxic. You need to fire these people and you need to restructure these things. And then they go, great, Eric Holder, thank you. And they pay him lots of money. And then they don't do anything with this information.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not saying that's actually what happens, but
it sounds legit to me. I'll co-sign on that. I'll just put that on me. Ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. I say what you say is real. I mean, and then talk about the slave labor of the people working for Uber that are trapped in this toxic society of working for this monkey check week to week, and their cars falling apart because they're doing all these jobs. They keep shrinking down the pay and telling them, and then they won't let them take tips. And then you got to go and deal with Lyft. And Lord knows Lyft is not great at all, but at least they have decent human beings. So you say to yourself, I'm gonna try with the mustache, even though you know it's not that great, but you try anyway. I hate Uber.